Today we're going to check out the Lite action camera, and we're also going to check out the Handheld Gimbal. Stay tuned. Okay, so here we have the combination pack. It comes with the waterproof case. Together, this is on Amazon right now for $119.99. If you buy the camera separately, it's $99.99. If you buy the case separately, it's $39.99. So you save $20 to buy it by a package like this. So let's get right into it. Alright, so here we have the camera warranty. Looks like this one is for the waterproof case. You can pause it on either of those if you want to read more about them. Here we have cards showing all of Yee's social media. You want to check them out. And here we have information on what SD cards to use in this camera. This one is the Yee Lite, so it only supports 16 to 64 gigabytes memory card, but you want to make sure to get a class 10 or higher. Alright, here we have the user's manual for the camera. Not a whole lot, which is nice. Here we have the user's manual for the case. Just tells you how to put it together with a selfie stick, how to use the case. I also want to make note, before you put it in the case, you should go into the options menu, switch to the in-housing mode. That way it changes the shutter button into a camera video mode button. Alright, it's got some weight to it, which is good. Feels very solid. I believe this is waterproof up to 40 meters or 132 feet, depending on where you're from. This plastic is waterproof grade P68, withstands temperatures up to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. It's resistant to high water pressures. Also is coated with an anti-fogging. Alright, camera out of here. If you didn't see that, there's a little slide lock right here. Make sure it doesn't just pop open on its own. Just slide that over, pull it back off. Got a nice seal, very airtight, which is exactly what you want in a waterproof case. Alright, this thing, very small. Here's a penny for size reference. So as you can see, it's very small, very light, but very solid feeling, so that's good. So we'll start in the front. I believe that's your power light right here. Then you have your lens, which is a 150 degrees ultra wide angle lens with a f2.8 aperture, 6-layer, that uses a Sony image sensor of 16 megapixels. It's the IMX206, full 1080, 60 frames. Okay, and then you come here. Here we have the speaker, mic holes, shutter button. Over here there's nothing. Over here you have your micro USB door. Then here you have a 2-inch LCD integrated into the camera. I believe they use Gorilla Glass for this screen, so that's nice. Then down here we have the battery door, tripod mount. Let's get into it. Just slide that open. And right here, very hard to see, but that's the SD slot, and you put the battery in here. Alright, so the other thing we have in the box is the battery. It's a 400 milliamp hour, good for 130 minutes, so over 2 hours of usage, even on the highest settings. Then we have the Yee branded USB to micro USB cable. Very thick cable, so you don't have to worry about it falling apart on you like the cheaper cables will. Now, one thing you want to make note is that this does not come with an SD, so I purchased a Samsung 32 gigabyte. I believe I got that on Amazon also for $12. It's class 10. So we'll just pop that in here. Try to get it to where you can see. Right there. Just slide it until it pops in place. Then we'll throw the battery in. Slide the door back. And you press and hold this button for 3 seconds. And we have power. Alright, so as you can see, we're on 1440 with 30 frames per second. And if you slide down here, you can turn the Wi-Fi on and off. Search for the Bluetooth remote. You can lock the screen. And you can also turn the power off. And then if you slide from the bottom, you go into the mode menu, which you have 9 different options. Right now I'm just going to hit video, and then if you click right here, you can change the video resolution. 4K, you can shoot 20 frames per second. 1440p, you can shoot 30. 1080, you can shoot 30 and 60. 720, you have the ability to shoot 30 frames, 60 frames, and 120 if you want to do some slow-mo shooting. Make note of, if you shoot in 4K, you have the ability to shoot in 30 frames per second as long as you are doing a lapse video. See right here, 30 frames. So that's really nice if you want to take a nice, crisp time lapse. Alright, so that's the Lite. Here we have the Handheld Gimbal. Going to be using the Lite with this. Let's get into it. Right here, as you can see, 2 hours to 4.5 hours, so very good battery life on this thing. It looks like that's all that's on there. Here we have the warranty card. Put that up here. Here we have the user's manual. Tells you how to insert the battery, insert the camera, charge the battery, turn it on and off. It says here you use the USB cable to update the firmware or to calibrate the gimbal. It goes into telling you how to calibrate it and also how to update the firmware. It says it can be mounted onto a tripod. So that's good. That's probably what I'll do. I'll use a tripod that I can walk around with like a selfie stick. Alright. Here's your USB cable. You've got your battery charger, which you hook the USB cable into. And you have 2 lithium-ion batteries, 850 milliamp hours. So that's quite a bit of life out of just 2 batteries like that. And here we have the gimbal. Very solid, well constructed. I believe it's made from, feels like aluminum, which is probably why it's so light. I mean, it does have some heft to it, so it's not light enough to where it feels cheap. It does feel very solid. Take the screw off the back to open the hatch where you put your batteries into. And you just slide these in. Make sure to put the positive with the positive, negative with the negative. And you put your door back on. Make sure not to lose this, it's very tiny. Pop that on the back. So now that we have the battery in, we need to take the Lite, or whichever camera you're using, and then you may need to loosen these screws for the mounting bracket. And you slide it in just like this. Then you'll want to tighten these screws back down. Make sure it's in there nice and snug. Alright, and you're set. Now all you do is press and hold the power button for 3 seconds. And you're ready to go. As you can see, the camera's staying perfectly level. Default when you turn it on is in pan mode. As you can see, the camera moves just slightly as I turn the base. If you push the button one time, you go into full lock. As you can see, turn the base, the camera doesn't move. You tilt it back, forward. Camera stays in place the whole time. Now, to get to pan and tilt, you just hit. Now, as you can see, when I tilt the base, the camera tilts with it. Tilt it downward. Turns with me. Just like in the first setting, pan mode. And then to turn it off, you just press and hold the button so the light stops flashing. You'll see it twitch like that, and now you're done. Thanks for watching. I'll get back to you guys with a review video after I put these things to the test.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess.